Sagis! Hi! This is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you here are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys! Happy birthday, my dear Sagis! Yes! We're also, of course, entering Sagittarius season, so this is not just a birthday present from me to you, but also an energy update for the time that lies ahead of us. So this is always a good combination to be watched with moon energy updates, because that can give you a fuller picture. I really hope, my dear ones, that you enjoy your birthday and that you have the most amazing day and the most amazing year ahead. Many blessings to you, and just be joyful and glorious, right, Sagittarius? Yes, I already pre-shuffled all of your cards, my friends. We have 2 guardian angel cards out already. And the extended is included. I'm just going to say, and the next one I'm going to read, no, I'm going to read it to you all, because this is the gift, right? So, cool. They want me to start with a guardian angel card, and it reads affirmation. Affirmation. Be aware of your language, excuse me, and thoughts. The most powerful statement you can ever make, think, or feel is thank you. Be grateful for all the blessings in your life. As we acknowledge the divine order of life, the universe responds with ever greater blessings. You are a powerful creator. All you say and think resonates through the heart of creation, and creation responds accordingly. Oh, that's interesting. So definitely about manifestation and keeping yourself in a positive positive and grateful state. So we'll see what wants to come out for you here, my friend. What do you have for Sagittarius, please? Thank you. Did you see that? That was so interesting too, because the way the guardian angel cards came out was really interesting. So there was definitely guardian angel influence here for sure. The way they jumped out, they're not really actually able to jump out like that without help. So there's a huge element, yes, of guardian angel influence here. Do you see this? And they're really drawing my eye to this, and also of people that have passed on already. They always draw my eye to this when past loved ones are present, and so in this reading as well. So past loved ones are present, okay? Good. Of course, my friends, it's a general reading, and it may or may not resonate with you. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, because that means it's for somebody else. It's not gender specific. It's kind of time specific. This one is. But regardless, when you're watching this and feel drawn to it, then it's yours at that time, and then it probably holds messages for you, all right? It's interesting because what is coming out for you right now is what is happening right now you don't necessarily see, because we have 3 cards that I don't see. And by the way, if you would like to have pictures of your readings along with really nice movies over there, like short movies, please go check out my Instagram at universalpowertarot, right? Then you can have a look at that and see for yourself. Also, I mostly post them a day prior to when the reading comes out, so you already can allow your intuition to play, right? And to tell you what the reading may be about, and then watch the actual reading if you feel so inclined. So I see part of it, and the other part that's happening right now, I don't see. But somebody else is seeing it already. Somebody else. We have, and I'm going to start with the back here. We have a deceptive element here. That could be self-deception also, which is really interesting in combination with the thank you card, because sometimes, and this is hard to acknowledge within ourselves, when we do deceive ourselves, we don't see a situation entirely like it really is, but through somehow colored lenses. And that could have been colored by past experiences, or just by you feeling like you may have been left out or not acknowledged. That's what I'm getting here with. But it could also very well be a person who's acting deceptive towards you. And they know what it is, but you don't currently see it. Let's start Wow, Queen of Pentacles. I love that one. This is very, very abundant, right? This is you standing very much in your self-worth. And that's interesting because the Queen of Pentacles, is not one to be deceived at all. Because first of all, when you're listening to your body and are so much in touch as the Queen of Pentacles is, then it's impossible for that to slip your attention, right? Because your body will send you signals. So intelligent the body is, right? And that's the divine feminine as well. So you won't be deceived because your body is giving you the signals already. Should you be highly abundant, she knows how to use money as a tool and not be used by it, and very, very abundant. Again, you could have you could be well off as well. That could be a connotation to that also. But she's turned away. She's turned towards the past here, not inside the reading, but outside. And that deceptive piece is looking right at the Queen. The other scenario here, again, I'm reading for several people, so there are several scenarios, is that this is happening internal and you're still kind of thinking about the times when you did have maybe more money than you do now, and really looking back on that, and hence maybe feeling a bit sense of lack here. That's the other scenario, but we'll see. Whoa, you have the Strength card. That's Leo energy, and that's mind over matter, really. It's like, it also talks about the internal beast and how you tame it, right? It talks about really I almost want to say mind control, but that's not what I mean. It's much tying into the message, be aware of your language and thoughts, right? And that's exactly what this card is talking about with the lion. The lion being the mind, right? Or being the matter, actually. And it's how do I explain that? It's you becoming very aware of your language and of your thoughts, and acting accordingly too. That's what this is, and that's how you bring in manifestations. There's also an energy of Kundalini rising, so there's several practices, breathing techniques that you can use to make your Kundalini rise, to make your prana rise. It all starts from the root chakra and then rises up all the way up to our crown, right? And it's that entangled divine feminine, divine masculine energy. It's those snakes that entangle and that clear out and clean out anything that no longer serves us, and it ultimately brings us back to balance. But that's a journey, and it's a journey that requires a lot of strength, but you show up here as the strength. And we have the sun here, which is talking about enlightenment, which is talking about exactly that, about seeing things. And also, this person is also, that's depicted on the card, and I urge you to have a look at Instagram if you're interested in this, because these two are both facing outside the reading. So they're both kind of like in the past still. And again, the other person here is still having a look at this. Funny. We'll see. Next card. Oh. Eight of Pentacles. I love that one. That denotes to huge success here because you've really put in the work here. And it's not quite the 10 of Pentacles yet, but you're very, very close, right? So it's a connotation to keep working. You are almost there. You've become so super good at what you're doing, whatever it is. That could be a project. That could also be just the internal work here that you've put in. And Spirit is acknowledging this at that point here. For you, it's also that you really are aware that you are the weaver of your dreams, so to speak, right? That you are the maker of your own reality. This is also coming into your responsibility, where you totally realize that in order to get something, you have to do something. You cannot just sit around. You really have to work for it sometimes, especially on the, well, in life in general, I guess. We have to invest, right, in ourselves, in our growth, in the life that we want to have, because we can indeed have it. And there's a huge element in there. We can indeed have it. But a part of it is really like staying grateful, like being in the thankful mode with thank you, Spirit, thank you, universe, right? Not in the negative sense, because often, and we'll come to that in a second here, or in a minute is often those unconscious patterns. They're still running, so we have to become aware of them and understand and feel into them for us then to turn them around and say, no, I'm no longer that. I'm no longer in that kind of a lack situation, right? All right. And then we have a Scorpio that enters the scene. We have the Death card here. This is wisdom coming in for you. It's also something old is coming to an end. Something old is coming to an end. It's right between the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength card here. But that's also in the past. So something fell away. Something fell out of your life already. There's a lot of elements in the past. So maybe your focus is on the past somehow here. I need to put these cards away. It's so funny that I still kept holding on. Usually when I'm done, I just put them to the side. However, I was still in this uncomfortable pose, and I just now realized that my wrist is starting to hurt, and I'm like, what? And then I realized I have the cards in my hand. This was very unconscious. So again, that very much ties into your reading here, Sagis, where you're holding on to something without even realizing that you are, until it starts to hurt. Until you start to notice it, because either your body is giving you an indication, such as we already heard here. Whoops, I almost fell off my chair. And I have my blanket on. It's cold. Yeah. So your body may be sending you the signals and letting you know, hey, there is something, or maybe you're waiting on something to come in and it's not quite here yet. And there's this element of the past, really, where past patterns, and I'll show you in a second where I'm getting this from, are still holding you back a little bit here. There's an essence of going deeper with the water here, and also an essence of the divine feminine, like the creativity to blossom too, because the Eight of Pentacles can be also someone who is very invested in work, right? And is not seeing much else because they're so focused, which is awesome, but we need to bring in that element of play again here a little bit too, to balance the scales. Four of Cups. So we have communication going on here, but in your sleep. So these are, you're receiving messages either in dream state, so through your dreams, or without you even realizing. And sometimes we just wake up in a certain mood and don't really know why. And this is why, because your spiritual team is working with you as you sleep in the other realms. That's that. They just want you to know that. And then this is where I'm getting the patterns from. That's the Nine of Cups, and in this deck it represents for me like family patterns that are making themselves known to you. And there you go, they're very much in line with the deceptiveness, so that makes a lot of sense right now. So either for the one scenario, you have a parent who is deceptive towards you, or an important figure in your life that is deceiving you. I hope not. I really, to God, hope not. And the other scenario is that you are being held back and are being deceived by the patterns that are still unconsciously running, like in your mind. And this is something that you can change, right? Dr. Joe Dispenza is who I like to recommend right now, because I'm working with his stuff a lot right now, because it's really cool stuff, and it's how you heal yourself, how you well, erase those negative patterns really and start to focus on what it is that you really want. And there's a huge element there that this could be very beneficial to you. Now they want to read to me this card, your second card, second guardian angel card, and it says believe. Yes, exactly. They always come in at the right time with this. Unbelievable. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. Very fitting. There is nothing to fear. You are constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided you are flexible and retain an open heart and mind. Believe all is possible, Sagittarius. Yes, exactly. Very much. Now, what else do we have for you here? What else do we have for Sagis, please? Thank you. Goodbye. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm getting strong spirit animal vibes here. Thank you. Ooh, I like that. Thank you. Oh, that was a surprise. Yeah. Wow, yeah. Okay. So we're good here. Interesting this is laid out, that we're going from bigger to smaller and then to even bigger than before. So there could be an element of downsizing here for you too, where you used to be really abundant. This could happen when you had a really well-paid job, for example, and then you quit that because you feel the spiritual calling, and then you have to downsize, and then now comes the element in where you're expanding again. So there's always a time when stuff is breaking away. With the death card, that makes a lot of sense here too, because something old is breaking away and you feel like there's a space in between, like some sort of a void, and now we're starting to expand again though. And again, strong spirit animal vibe. So you may be working with your spirit animals strongly. If that's not something you're doing currently, you're very much invited to do this now. So you have the Knight of Arrows with the Hawk. This is about, you know, your different skills and how you show up in your own world. Like all those cards, I'll show you now, matter of factly. You also have the eel and you have the lynx, right? So these are awesome qualities. All of these animals hold very different properties and qualities. And you know, when you assume any of these qualities of the animals, that makes you stronger, that makes you quicker, that makes you have the overview. And they're talking about this here, like make use of your spirit animals, like really call them in too. Ask, for example, what is my spirit animal? Then go into meditation and watch it happen. If it doesn't happen on the first try, that's fine, right? Try it a bunch of times. And there's also meditations out there where you can call in your spirit animals. But with this, it's like you being called upon to assume the stance of the hawk here. And the hawk is a very agile being, right? And it flies incredible maneuvers. And all of these hawks, none of these, they have a very unique imprint or fingerprint, right? Or fly print, however you want to call that, right? They all have their different maneuvers. None of these animals ever fly the same techniques. They may look similar, but they're very different. So there's a uniqueness to you and the way you maneuver around, to the overview you're gaining when you go into meditation, when you assume that higher perspective, when it all of a sudden becomes very clear. So whenever there's muddiness and unclarity, go into meditation, seek to connect with your guides, with your spirit animals, with your higher self, to get the clarity, to receive the alignment, the peace, the joy, the love, the divine wisdom that wants to come in for you, Sagittarius, to help you. Because as you come back into this very material world, this will help you a lot. It'll also help you understand the current circumstances and work with the current circumstances with a lot more ease. Bring that forth which you wish to see in this world, Sagittarius. Be the peace, the love, the light, the companionship, the harmony which you wish to see unfold in this world. Wow. Wow. I have to rewatch that. Wow. That was big. That was from really high above. The energies are very, very intense, very strong. So we are very supported, very much, all of us. Again, because like I said, this can also be seen as an energetic update, not just for Sagittarius exclusively. Of course, it's my birthday gift to you guys, but it's also, again, just like we said, and that's what came through strongly. That was a strong collective channeling for you guys. So, the Knight of Vessels with the eel. This is something about empowerment, because do you see this? There's a saga of where a Viking or something, I don't know, something like that, like a tribal person, turned an eel into a sword. So this is making the impossible possible, really. Seeing all the possibilities and all the opportunities and taking action on them too. It's also communication. The swords are about, or the sword is about communication and clear thinking, but clear thinking in combination with the heart, because the water is all about the emotions. And again, we're coming back to language and thoughts and emotions, right? Really bringing these in harmony. And that brings us exactly to the first card. So oh my goodness, you know what? We're working with the elements here, because we have air, we have water, and then we have with the lynx, that is a very earthy element to me, right? So that's quite amazing. The only thing that's missing is fire, but we do have that too, because we have the green woman and there's fire all around that pot that she's heating right now. Wow, this is really profound. This is big stuff. So work with the elements, guys, if that's not what you're doing currently. So this could be a connotation to you too. If you feel spoken to, then this is even like, listen, because it's definitely a message for you then in there. So yeah, really getting in touch with your emotional world and befriending this world. No longer pushing it away, but rather honing it in, because this is your strength. This is your internal team. And then you have the Ace of Stones, the foundations of life. And I love this card so much. The Ace of Stones is the Ace of Pentacles, so that's a lot about stability. And this card particularly talks for me about past lives, like leaving your imprint every time that you come here, Sagittarius. And especially when you come here at such a time as it is right now, right? That's special. You need to know that every way that you took here with the mace, right there, nothing has been in vain. It is all being used. Like every single step on your journey that you took had a reason. And we're coming to the deception here, to the deceit. This is important too. Whoever deceived you, or whenever they deceived you, or you deceived yourself, that is okay. Accept it. It's much like lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. I understood. I know why they were here. There's a huge element of forgiveness here too. Yeah. There's this prayer in the Bible. I hope I can somehow get it together. It's like, help me forgive the ones that trespassed against me, and please forgive me for trespassing. I don't know the whole thing in English. I'm sorry, guys. You can drop it in the comments, but that's exactly that. Like, forgive others and also forgive yourself, and ask for forgiveness for yourself, because often we don't even know when we're trespassing. We don't even see the full story. Like I said, we don't see it until it's being revealed to us, until we see the higher perspective of us. And until then, try to give it the benefit of a doubt. Try to not exclusively see it from the 3D perspective, but also always include the higher view here, because this is going to help you heaps in the times to come. But it's very strong. The foundation of life, that's like, it's there. So it's a very strong base. And past life, like lots of past lives, it's amazing. And the interconnectedness of people, you know, you never knew. If, let's say, if you were your father, like, and this is what makes me think a lot, or you never know how interchangeable this is. And then we're being told, and I'm coming more and more into the awareness that time is not linear, and that there are so many timelines unfolding. So this could be at the same time. You could be that person at the same time. And we can spin it on and on, like the mind could go off all day long. Yeah, but in that kind of direction, that's what this is. Know that what you do unto another will be done to you. And this is quite literal. And vice versa. And hence, watch your thoughts, watch your language, watch your emotions. Really become that, much like they said, really become that which you would like to see unfold in this world. Like, this is bringing spirituality really to this realm, to this world here, not just in a theoretical sense, but really incorporating with the Queen of Pentacles, incorporating it into your daily life, into your how you interact with people, how do you show up for your friends, for your family, for your children, all that, right? There's a huge sense of accountability. Again, I believe we said that before. Now the green woman, that's the huge feminine element here. That's fertility, that's growth, huge growth. And here we have our fourth element with the fire again, right? That's the primordial soup here. So there's a huge element, much like we said, possibilities and opportunities abound. That's that, provided you're flexible, right? She's one that's very much, and she is nature basically. She's the incorporation of that. Such is the divine feminine. Working with the elementals here, possibly too for some of you. And again, spirit animals, like being guided a lot through life. That whole thing gives it a different quality when you allow yourself to be guided. And I'm feeling huge passion with that. And that Kundalini. So we are able to experience Kundalini rising during sex, for example. So this is a lot of passion also. And I'm being reminded of that here right now, of that passion that is rising, clearing out, and for the new to be reborn, really. And then we have the lynx, which is highly protective, right, of their young. This is also an animal that knows how to move through the shadows, right? And is also one that is kind of reminiscent of this card as well. Not in the sense of deception, but in the sense of moving around without being seen. So there's an element here too of that, right? Of moving around without being seen. Moving through the realms without being seen. Seeing stuff that others don't see. Again, assuming those qualities of the animals we were just talking about here. So the hawk, the eel, and the lynx, whatever is intuitively coming into your mind as I speak those words. What else, please, for Sagittarius? Thank you. Wow, yes. Exactly. Sagis. Yes. Thank you. Oh, wow. Absolutely. All right, my friends. We have, first of all, wisdom with the number 22, breaking down to a 4, which is the happy. And then we have self-reflection with the number 17, breaking down to 8, which is the happy. Now, this is quite interesting because this is very much tying into what we just said and just talked about, which is, the wisdom. That's the incorporation of what you know to be true, or what is true for you, let's say, and incorporating it, really feeling it, what this means, and really bringing it into your life. This is the application of what you know. It's also talks about reaching to the stars, like reaching high, really getting down that wisdom. And this is also, I'm getting like a heart opening with this, where it's just like, what does your heart really want? Also a thing to go into meditation with. Ask, what is the biggest wish my heart has for me? What does my heart want? What do I really truly want? What does my heart want? Go into meditation with this question. You may be really surprised what is being shown to you in a vision or otherwise. It is quite amazing because it's what we really need that is being shown to us, and it may explain a lot about where it is that you're going here, right? Because you may not be able to see it with your physical eyes. It may come in a vision from your heart, so that it may lead you towards, because that's where you're on the way towards what your heart and your soul wants you to go to, right? And when you really focus on that and find out what it is that your heart wants, then it's much easier to follow that path, because then you can actually see the goal, where it is that you're going. I like that a lot. And then, of course, with the self-reflection, there are a lot of women again in this, so it's very much about the divine feminine, right? And the rise of the divine feminine, which this age is all about. So the emotions here, really getting in touch with yourself, with the different parts of yourself. And this is about getting acquainted to yourself, really understanding who you are, who all of your parts are. There's an element of multidimensionality with that as well, and past lives possibly too, right? Where we exist in different dimensions and possibly different galaxies as well. Who knows, right? Again, huge support, like, and this is so trickly, you know, the energy is just, if you can see it, there's like sparkles. That's often in my videos over on Instagram where it just sparkles down. I just love those. This effect where it just trickles down, where before it's fast and maybe a bit chaotic, but then you come to that quiet place inside yourself and make peace with yourself, with the parts of yourself, acknowledging them, and that allows you to acknowledge that in others and to feel more compassion because you have that for yourself. And this is highly beneficial, just like we said, but there's huge support around us, huge support. Okay. What else do you have for us, please? Thank you so much. Oh, wow. You have the Sage. Be devoted and committed. That is lovely and quite strong. Quite strong, but it really matches well with the wisdom that you are acquiring in this lifetime. Good stuff, and it's right between wisdom and the foundation of life. Incredible. Okay. So, Sage. Be committed and devoted. Be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. The Sage represents the wise one within. When this card arises, it shows you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes as the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and all of your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. So that's exactly confirming the self-reflection card and what we discussed previously. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. My God, okay, this is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. Yes, and I feel such love for you, Sagis, right now. It's unbelievable. Wow, this is so amazing, because this is the complete turnaround to the deception, right? You're no longer passing that on in any way. It's just the turnaround, because there's such a willingness to serve the highest good of everyone involved. The energy, oh my goodness, guys, this is lovely. If this is the new world, yes. That's amazing. All right, my sweethearts, I really hope this was insightful and or helpful to you. I'm sending you much, much love. Have the most wonderful day, my friends. And yeah, mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, guys.